Did you know that there are only 9 players in whole NBA history that scored 20 or more points when they were 40 years old or older? Only 9. This number is going to change very soon, as LeBron James is entering his 40s at the end of December 2024. Because of that, I decided to make a video showing which player scored the most points in one game while being 40 or more. But before we go to those 9 players, I need to mention 2 people who were very close. Tim Duncan was 17 days before his 40th birthday when he scored 21 against the Denver Nuggets. He was born on 25th of April and he played his over 40-year-old games in the playoffs of 2016. In his last ever game played, he scored 19 points and missed his last 2 shots, with one being blocked by Serge Ibaka. So close. Steve Nash also finished his 40+ years old games with the highest points of 19. And he did that on the day of his 40th birthday against Philadelphia 76ers. Just to be fair with you, if I have 2 players whose best scoring game at 40 years old was the same, I am putting higher a player who had more 20+ points games at this age. That is why at number 9 we have Udonis Haslem. And he is one big surprise here. In the last game of 2023 season, everyone knew this was the last regular season game of his career. Heat wanted him to score big, and he did. 24 points. He made 9 of 17 field goals and 3 of 7 3-pointers. He did all of that by being 42 years and 304 days old. Number 8 belongs to Vince Carter. He also scored highest of 24 points, but he had 6 games over 20 points in that age. Plus, he scored 24 points twice. The first one happened in March 2017 versus Milwaukee Bucks when he was perfect 8 of 8 from the field, 2 of 2 from threes and 6 of 6 from the line. He tied this scoring number next season against Cleveland Cavaliers in December 2017. Number 7 goes to Manu Ginobili. His highest scoring game over 40 is 26. It was 15 years after previous 26-point game by any 40-year-old player. Ginobili did that in his 16th and final season. In a January game against the Portland Trail Blazers, Ginobili would have 26 points, 4 rebounds and 2 blocks in 27 minutes off the bench in a devastating 111-110 loss. The performance was vintage Manu and one last reminder of the legacy he was leaving behind. Number 6 goes then to Robert Parish, who had 6 total games over 20 points in his 40s. He scored 26 twice. He did it first time in 1994 season. Heading into his 18th NBA season and 14th with the Celtics, Parish had some moments to remember. On this November 1993 night against the Nets, Parish would lead the Celtics to victory with 26 points, 12 rebounds and 4 blocks. He shot an efficient 12 of 14 from the floor, while still able to make an impact on both sides of the ball in victory. Just 2 months later, he would have a repeat in a game against the Denver Nuggets. Once again, Parish led the Celtics to a 105-100 win, going for 26 points and 9 rebounds on 11 of 22 shooting from the field. Parish would finish this season with the Celtics averaging 11.7 points and 7.3 rebounds per game, putting an end to a legendary career in Boston. Number 5 belongs to John Stockton. He also had his highest scoring game of 26, but he had 9 games of 20 or more points at the age of 40. After Parish in 1994, no NBA player 40 years old or older had reached the 26-point mark in a game. That was until John Stockton of the Utah Jazz's second to last season in the NBA in 2001-2002 season. Just 2+ weeks after his 40th birthday, Stockton had a legendary performance in a 109-101 win over the Golden State Warriors on the road. Stockton led the Jazz with 26 points along with 9 assists and 4 steals on an efficient 7 of 11 shooting and 12 of 12 from the foul line. Number 4 on the list is Dirk Nowitzki. He is the first player who scored 30 points on the ranking. He scored 20 or more only 3 times in his 40s. In the final home game of his career against the Phoenix Suns, the Mavericks did all they could to fit their franchise legend into the history books. In a 120-109 victory, Nowitzki played 33 minutes, shot 11 of 31 from the field and 5 of 14 from 3, to record 30 points in the win. Number 3 then belongs to Karl Malone, who also scored 30 points in his best scoring game over 40. But he had a total of 5 games of 20 plus points at this age. It was his best offensive game as a member of Los Angeles Lakers, and it was in 2004 playoffs, in the 4th game versus Houston Rockets. Malone scored 30 points, making 11 of 17 field goals and added 13 rebounds, playing like the old good Karl. Number 2 goes to Karim AbdulJabar. His highest game over 40 years old was 32 points in a closing NBA Finals of 1987 game versus Boston Celtics. He made 13 of 18 field goals that day, added 4 blocks, and helped beat the Celtics for the 2nd straight time. That's even more impressive if I told you that in that regular season he never scored 30 points while being 40. That's how good he was in that game. He even finished those finals averaging 21.7 points per game. Very impressive. And finally, number 1 belongs to Michael Jordan. He played a total of 30 games after he was 40 years old. In 20 of them he scored 20 points or more, which of course is the highest rate ever. His best scoring-wise game was 43 points versus New Jersey Nets. On February 21st of 2003, just 4 days after turning 40 years old, Michael Jordan led the Wizards to an 89-86 victory over the New Jersey Nets, making NBA history in the process. Jordan scored 43 points on 18 of 30 shooting from the field and 7 of 8 from the line. He added 10 rebounds and 4 steals as well. He then had 2 more games with 39 and 35 points. Now it is up to LeBron James to come into this very small group of stars. I am sure he is going to make it. How far is he going to be up the list? I think he has a chance of beating Karim AbdulJabar in total number of games over 20 points. Karim did it 30 times if we add regular season and playoffs. If LBJ doesn't call it quits after this year, I am sure he will break this record. He even can do it this year. That is how great he is. Okay, thanks for watching another video of mine, and I see you next time. Bye!